Okay, hello. Since it was requested of me to vlog instead of just blog, here's the first video. I decided I would do it today. One, because I'm actually moving out of this apartment on Saturday, and two, I actually got off my ass and was doing a bunch of stuff today, so I wanted to continue my productive feeling and do vlogging. Yeah. So, hello to everybody watching the video, or me in the future when I look back on these. It has been almost 3 weeks since I left Canada. I left on September 8th, and it's now the 28th, so it's been 20 days. It's been crazy the past 3 weeks. Yeah, just very go. The first 2 days in Germany, so the 9th and the 10th, I spent by myself in Cologne because I landed in Germany in the morning on the 9th. And then I didn't have to be anywhere for training until the 11th, so I wanted a couple days to kind of get used to the time zones because it is a 7-hour time difference. So at the moment it is 4:30 in the afternoon, which means it's 9:30 at home in the morning. So yeah, it's a little crazy, the time difference sometimes. But it was a good first couple of days. I kind of walked around Cologne the first day because I didn't get there till the afternoon, and I just wanted to look around a bit. I got to see the Cologne Cathedral, which was kind of the big thing that everyone says to do in Cologne, and I kind of happened upon it because it is right beside the Hauptbahnhof, the main train station, and my hotel was on the other side of the Hauptbahnhof. So I went through and I looked up and I was like, oh, cool, and that's a huge church. And then I walked over and I saw the sign and it said Cologne Cathedral, so I happened to find it. Super cool, super huge, and apparently they still do services in there, so that's kind of cool, even though it's gigantic and a huge tourist attraction. I didn't do too much else on Saturday, but on Sunday, as some people know because I've told them, I in the morning went to a National Socialism Documentation Museum or Document Museum or whatever it's called. I found it on TripAdvisor actually. I didn't know what to do for my morning, and it turns out it opened at like 10 or 11 or whatever time I was going, and it wasn't too far away. It was within walking distance. I was like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll spend my day there. The internet recommended getting an audio guide because it was like €2, so I was like, whatever, I'll buy that. Turns out it was a free entry day to like museums, so I got in for free and then just paid the €2 to get the audio guide. It's basically actually like a Nazi house, and in the basement there is a bunker where they kept political prisoners and were like torturing them and stuff. Super creepy to be in by yourself. At least I think so. I didn't like being in rooms by myself. It had a feeling of like you could tell it was a not good place. So I didn't stay in the bunkers for very long. I would listen to my thing and kind of like, okay, and then like I would kind of move on. Super interesting though. And then the upper 2 levels are like kind of like a walkthrough information documentation kind of museum of Nazism in Cologne and like how it came to be in Cologne and the political leaders and things like that. So it was really, really cool. I think I spent 2 hours, couple hours or something like that in there. And then I came out, I went and got some lunch, I believe. Yeah, I think I just went to the Hauptbahnhof and I grabbed some lunch. And then I walked along the Rhine River, and I went to the Lindt Chocolate Museum, which was super cool and super fun. And you basically just go in and then it'll tell you what a what a chocolate bean is and how they get them and where they get them and what they look like and where they grow and all that stuff, and go through that, how they harvest them. They even have like a little room where they have a it's temperature controlled, and it's basically just a little room made to feel like a rainforest. So you walk in and it's humid and it's disgusting, and you're like, and then I exited it very fast. And then it kind of tell you like what goes into different types of chocolate and how they make chocolate. You got to see all the different machines on how they make chocolate, and you got to taste fresh chocolate. They had a chocolate fountain and stuff. I even got my own chocolate bar made because you could choose. You could do white milk or dark chocolate, and you could choose 4 toppings to put on it. Of like there was fruit, nuts, different like chocolate things you could put in it. I basically just went with chocolate, and more chocolate in it, and it was really good. I really liked it, and yeah, you get to. It was cool. It was just kind of history of chocolate and those sorts of things. It was a good way to spend my afternoon. And then I went and just relaxed in the hotel for the day, or for the rest of the evening. And then on the 11th, I had to meet at the airport. Basically, the rest of the people doing the training, and we would get on a bus and go to a place 45 minutes outside of Cologne called Altenburg to do a few days of here's information, here's what you'll be doing, and meet other people doing the same thing. It wasn't hard to find everybody in the airport, kind of amalgamated in the same spot. And I went to kind of sit down, and I heard other people speaking English, so I was like, they have to be the other people from the PAD. So I turned around, I was like, yeah, you guys here to do the English thing as well? And they're like, yeah. So I met a couple people that way. And then when we got there, we had kind of a quick few minute introduction, and then we got put into our rooms, and I was put in a room with a girl named Niamh, and it was an Irish name, so it's spelt Niamh, which I'm really glad she kind of told me what it was, because I never would have figured out how to pronounce it. And we were rooming together because we were going to the same area, so that was kind of what they did. They put us all together with people who were going to be in the same Bundesländer, or like provinces, as us. There are only, or at least there are some Americans and stuff around here as well, Americans and French people, I think, but there were only, I think, 10 of us, 9 or 10 of us from Canada and the UK, and by 10 of us from Canada and the UK, I mean me and a bunch of people from the UK, who are going to be up in the province. So most of us are in or around Rostock, and then there's Niamh is in Schwerin, which is actually the capital of the province, and then there are a couple of girls on the island of Usedom, which is a little bit further away, but they're like right beside Poland. They could literally walk across the border, which is super cool. So we got put into a group together. We got put with 2 girls from Hamburg because we didn't have a lot of people, and I guess a lot of people were in Hamburg. We learned about Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, the province that we're in, and kind of learned a bit about how to make a lesson, and kind of practice that. We spent 2 days doing that. We spent a day kind of planning out a lesson, and then the next day we had to kind of give the lesson. It was about 45 minutes on whatever we wanted to do. And yeah, that went okay. We ate like crazy those couple of days. Oh man, we'd have breakfast in the morning, which was like traditional German breakfast of like bread, cheese, meats, like sliced meats, deli meats. They had cereal, some fruit and stuff like that. So good heavy breakfast, and thankfully there was coffee. And then we would have a couple hours of training, and then we'd have lunch, which was usually a decent amount of food. And then like maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours later, we would have coffee and cake in the afternoon. Oh, and there was dessert after lunch, and then we'd have the coffee and cake in the afternoon, and then we'd have dinner. So they fed us very well, and they set up like a little makeshift bar for us in the evenings, where you could only buy wine and beer, but it was still kind of nice to hang out and everything. It was a good couple of days. I made some really good friends, and unfortunately some of them aren't anywhere near me. So like Niamh is unfortunately in Schwerin, so she's a few hours away. A wonderful Irish lady named Eve, whom I kind of fell in love with. She and I just kind of bantered back and forth for a few days. She's in Hamburg. My friend Louise is now in Hamburg. A couple of the other girls again are like a bit further away on like Usedom Island, so we don't get to see them. And my one of my favorite people, James, who I met through Neve, they're friends from university, he's down in Münster, I believe. So I basically just Snapchat and message everybody as often as I can, but I do miss them, even though I only knew them for a couple of days, really, but it was really fun. And then for the other assistants that are here in Rostock, we try to get together as often as we can. Usually it's like, guys, I'm super bored because I don't know where to go or what to do, and I don't really know anybody. Do you guys want to hang out? So I've gone for drinks and dinner and stuff like that with some of the other assistants just by lack of anything else to do, but we do enjoy each other's company and stuff as well. Yeah, so that's kind of been the first couple of weeks of just settling in. I've been in this apartment since the day I arrived in Rostock, so that would have been the 14th of September. And yeah, it's a really nice place. I thought I was gonna be like about it, but I really enjoy it. Like, it's not huge. Like, my room is fairly large. It's 20 meters squared, and it's mostly furnished. Like, I have a bed, I have a desk that I'm sitting at currently, and like there's mirrors and things like that, so it's not completely bare. Although my parents like to make a joke about the white walls, that whenever we're Skyping and I'm sitting on the bed, it looks like I'm taking like a mugshot or something. The kitchen and the bathroom are a little tiny, like they're narrow, but I don't care about having a giant bathroom, and honestly I don't spend a lot of time cooking anyway, so it's fine. There is a decent sized living room that has like a dining table and stuff in it, and then there are 2 other bedrooms. I do have 2 roommates, the girl Francisca, who I am renting from, and then this other guy Salah, who is also just kind of renting for the month at the moment here, and then we're both going to be moving out and new people are moving in October. And then I'm in an area called Hansaviertel, like the Hansa quarter, which until like a couple of days ago I had misread and kept calling Hannesviertel, and I feel so stupid. Hansa is a huge thing around here. It basically is like it's like a sea town, so everything's Hansa, and then but I'm like 2-minute walk away from a train stop, and it takes me to the Hauptbahnhof, and then I take a train for about 15 minutes to get to the school, and then I have to walk 5 minutes to get to the school. They've been really great to me there. All of the people who speak English, all the English teachers, are very nice. The kids have been really fun so far. Most of what I've been doing so far is just kind of answering questions about Canada. Like, I get put in a lot of new classes, so it's just like, who are you? Where are you from? What do you do? Why are you here? And all that stuff. The most common question, I think, has been, what is your favorite color? So that was kind of funny. But the kids have been great. I've been really enjoying getting to know them, and they know English very well. Like, I mean, obviously the grammar isn't necessarily the best, but they have a very good vocabulary, a lot better than I expected for some like the 7th and 8th grade kids, which they are the same age as we would be in Canada. Their school system's a little different though. They kind of separate kids from like, they have like the smart classes and then they have the dumb classes. So they separate the kids based on like their academic performance, and then the kids who don't do so well finish school after 10th grade in what they call regional school. So at 16 they're done, and then the smart kids go into they kind of diverge in when they go into like the high school kind of age. So the smarter kids, instead of going into the regional school, go into the gymnasium, which is just like smart kid high school, kind of like an IB program, and then they go till school until after 12th grade, and they're the ones who are more likely to go to university and things like that. But I've had a good time with all of the kids, from like A class to E class, things like that. So I mean, it's been really good. Yeah, I got my first gift from a student the other day. Two girls from an 8th grade class gave me drawings of unicorns when I visited their class for the first time. It was very sweet. So that was kind of fun. Yeah, I like the school. Having a good time. They gave me a key to this. I can get into basically any room in the school with this key. So that's both exciting and terrifying because I can get into anything pretty much, except for a few different rooms. Oh, and the school also, I haven't even told anybody this or written this down anywhere, but the school, they have choir. Obviously, they play music. And we talked about music at one point. My mentor teacher, Renee, and I, he asked me if I played any instruments and stuff. I said I played flute and piano for a time. And he told the music teacher that, and then the music teacher came and asked me if I would play the piano accompaniment for the choir for their Christmas concert because they're singing Hallelujah. So now I have sheet music and I have to learn how to play piano again. It's like, yeah, for sure, I'll do it. And I mean, it doesn't look too bad. Like, it's very repetitive. And I mean, it's a song I know, at least, if nothing else. And they're even going to give me like a keyboard to take home. So when I move into the new apartment, they're going to give me a keyboard to use. So that's pretty cool. So I can actually practice and learn the part. And then maybe I'll go find some more piano music or something and I can just kind of play, which will be nice. I miss playing piano and it'll be kind of nice. Yeah, and I'm going to join the teacher choir, apparently, and there's a concert in November that I will apparently be taking part in. So, yeah, I don't know. Some fun things, I guess, is I got my bank account today. Well, I got my bank account last week. I opened a bank account, but I officially have my bank card, so I now have a German bank account. So that's pretty cool. It's actually really cute. It's got like the I guess probably, well, there's a windmill, like they're huge here in Germany, like that they use them for power all over the place, and I guess just some other sites. So yeah, got my name on it and everything. So I have a bank card now, so I will have to put money in there. I have done a little bit of shopping today, just because I needed some bits and bobs here and there. Although it's funny what things cost. Like, some things seem expensive, but then other things just seem so ridiculously cheap. Like, sorry for any guys watching if this is weird or anything, but I had to buy tampons. So, but when I bought them, they are so inexpensive. If I can find the thing here. Okay, apparently I don't know what I'm doing. But these were like, I think like less than maybe €3 or something like that, which is crazy. There's 32 tampons and it cost me like €3, which is nuts because it's so expensive in Canada. Because like €3 is like 450 Canadian or something like that. So like that's awesome. Like, I have to say, like, I cannot complain about that. I also have a nice glass of wine here. I bought a bottle of wine for €5 today because I needed it. Just because. Yeah, I don't know. I bought just kind of some random stuff. I need to buy a towel because I don't own one. I've been borrowing one from Francisca, but I will be leaving and I'm obviously not going to take it with me. Something, this reminded me, something that I found kind of weird is that they don't, like, okay, so when I go buy snacks from the store, as most people know, I love to eat and I love to eat snacks. They don't really have cookies, like, at all. Like, they have a couple different kinds, but like, if you wanted to go buy just like chocolate chip cookies, you can't find chocolate chip cookies. They have Oreos, so I've been buying Oreos. Like, you can't, there's no like just like regular cookies or anything, which is so odd to me. And kind of a shame because sometimes I'm just really craving some cookies. But I mean, like, pastries and breads and things like that are so tasty, and that I definitely cannot complain about. Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I didn't realize I'd probably be talking for almost 20 minutes. I will probably do these every once in a while. I don't know how often, kind of depends on, obviously, if anything has happened. I don't want to bore anybody with me just being like, well, today at the school I taught this thing for 5 minutes and like stuff like that. And I might, because I've been keeping like a written journal, which this is from Diana. Thank you, Diana, for the great notebook, journal thingy, whatever. Which I've been writing in basically like once a week is all I've been doing. I did 2 days in a row, and then I didn't write in it for like a week, and then another week. So, but I've been having fun doing it like in different colors. So the first day I did purple, and then I did black, and then I did green, and then I did blue. So, yeah, it's been fun. I might, after I write them, maybe I'll type them up and add them onto like a blog or something like that, so people can kind of do both, keep up with me in written stuff, and I can kind of just do little things there, and then maybe every week, 2 weeks or something like that, I'll do like a video so people can do that. Of course, I'll keep posting things on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and whatever. But I figure this is a good way to kind of just give a lot of information at once and in an easy way. But yeah, so I think I'll stop it now because it's at 21 minutes. I feel kind of bad about talking for so long. But yeah, please, anybody who wants to, feel free to like message me and we can talk, or like if you want to do a Skype call or something, I'm more than happy to. We can always figure something out. And yeah, I miss everybody at home. And I'll talk to you soon. And yeah, I guess that's how I'll end the video. Bye.